There was a time when gods walked the earth, when warriors were heroes. Their battles and conquests became legend, and the legend lives on. This is the hour of the Gladiators.
Welcome to Gladiators. This is the last chance for two challengers to win a place in our semis. But first, can they beat our champions in Delta, Predator, Condor, Flame, Hammer, Blade and Commando, Taipan, Storm, Cougar and Fury, Tower, Rebel, Vulcan and Cheetah. And to take us through this action-packed hour of entertainment, let's welcome Mike Hammond and Kimberly Joseph.
Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Gladiators. Now tonight we're actually going to meet four challengers who have been up against the Gladiators once before.
Yes, Kimberly, they're our quarter-finalists, but some would call them gluttons for punishment.
You'd think once would be enough, wouldn't you, coming up against the Glads?
There's no doubt, though, that our challengers tonight are extremely fit and healthy people, but there's a degree of mental toughness amongst these people as well that make them very, very worthy challengers for our Gladiators tonight.
That's right. So, let's please bring on our first two challengers, Leanne Hickey and Karen Trent.
Leanne is a hairdresser from New South Wales. She's an Australian water ski champion, and in her heat, Leanne was taken off the wall by Storm. She tried to hang on for grim death, but Storm just blew her away. And on Hang Tough, well, she was brought down by Blade after putting up a very fine effort. Karen is a Queenslander and a real woman of action, a stunt woman who's into martial arts. And in her heat, Karen showed us what she's made of. Though she lost in Duel, she gave Flame a run for her money. And on Hang Tough, she outsmarted Delta and won a big 10 points.
Please welcome Leanne and Karen.
Karen, welcome back to the quarter-finals.
Thank you very much.
Now, something we didn't talk about last time you were on the show is abseiling, and you've abseiled down a rather tall building on the Gold Coast.
Yes, that's correct. That's the Gold Coast International. I think that was about 30 stories high.
Well, you know, what's a story or two amongst friends, but obviously a long way down. How do you go against the wall, which is here beside us tonight? It's a bit different, though, going up to coming down.
Oh, definitely. I don't exactly scale up for that Gold Coast International, but it'll be a bit different.
Well, you're a great challenger to make it through to the quarterfinals. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome back, Leanne. Now, I have to say, I've heard you're a bit of a party animal.
Oh, yes, I am actually, I guess. It's a bit of a release from training. I train pretty hard, so just a good release to get out. Yeah.
Well, I hope you didn't go out last night.
Oh, definitely not. I know how hard it's going to be today.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Leanne and Karen.
Okay, well, our male challengers tonight, ladies and gentlemen, are Chris Lacey and Steve Smith.
Chris manages a gym in Melbourne, and he's married to one of our best female challengers from Series 1, Fernanda. And in Chris's heat, well, he took on the tallest Gladiator Tower and lost a good fighting duel. Chris got his revenge on tilt. Tower let go of the rope, he was disqualified, and Chris got the 5 points. Steve is a 42-year-old father of 4. He's a construction manager from Sydney, an Aussie rules footballer, and in his heat, Steve fought a tough battle with Condor on the pyramid. Condor was disqualified for holding Steve too long. And in Atlaspheres, Steve rolled his way to a great score, 4 points.
Let's hear it for Chris and Steve.
Chris, welcome back. A bit of a high five there.
Yep. Yeah, feeling good tonight.
Feeling good? You're confident? You're very competitive?
Yeah, I'm going to give my best shot. We'll see how we go.
Fernanda, your wife, got into the semi-finals. So is that your aim?
Yeah, and to get there and hopefully go a bit further. If I don't, I couldn't live with her. She'll give me too much flack for it.
You're going into Atlasphere and also hang tough tonight. You used to do gymnastics, so have you got a few tricks up your sleeve?
Yeah, hopefully. I like both those games. I reckon they're pretty fair, especially for little guys like me. They help you out, so we'll see how we go.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Steve, welcome again to the quarterfinals. Not just a hairy chest, but you brought back your mascot tonight. Little teddy bear. The super dad from New South Wales. Now, 4 kids. Got to say good day to them. They're watching at home.
G'day Steve, Mitch, Louise, Andrew. How are you guys? Thanks for this. We're going to give it to them.
Good luck. Good luck tonight.
Thanks very much, Mike.
Let's hear it for our male challengers tonight, Steve and Chris.
Okay, well, we've got a big night ahead of us, so let the games begin.
Gladiators, quarter-final.
A tiny platform on top of a high pillar, and there's nowhere to hide. This is...
Duel.
10 points if you stay up there for 30 seconds and don't get knocked off by the Gladiators.
Our first female challenger tonight is Leanne, up against Storm. Well, let's get our first game underway. Here's Mike Whitney.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
So away we go now with the first game of the night. Duel, and it's Storm up here with Leanne. She gives her a good hit. And it's all over for Leanne. She falls off backwards. No score. Replay's going to be as long as the game. It didn't take that long for Storm to work Leanne out. One good hit, and away she went. It was all over in just a couple of seconds.
Leanne, no points. First time playing Duel. It wasn't easy, was it?
No, probably not as easy as I thought, no.
She hits hard, doesn't she?
Yeah, it was that one good hit and it just threw me off balance.
Well, you weren't expecting probably to be up against Storm. You were firing away, Storm.
Could have been worse. She could have had Flame, but, you know, you keep sending them up. I'm going to keep knocking them down.
Karen's next on Duel, and she'll be trying hard to stay on her platform up against Flame. Over to you, Mike Whitney.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Away we go now with Karen's game on Duel. Karen nearly stumbled and went off the side. A good hit from Flame. Now here goes Flame. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Karen's dad getting excited on the sidelines. I hope he survives the night, because will Karen? No. The stunt woman who's used to jumping through walls of fire couldn't survive this Flame. And the same as Storm, it didn't take Flame long to work Karen out. Just a couple of nice hits, and it was all over very quickly for Karen. No points, but a very nice fall.
Well, Karen, you had the whole Queensland crowd behind you there, the local girl, but we didn't get any points.
No, I didn't, sorry. The moment she put me off balance, that was it. I was really trying to struggle just to get back up there.
You did get in with the first good shot, though. I mean, I saw Flame sort of wobble just a touch there at the start, but towards the end, it looked like you were ready to jump off.
Well, that last one really just pushed me over, and I thought, well, it's best off landing properly, so I was conscious of that as well.
Not a good start for our women in the quarter-final. They're locked together, no points.
And now we have our biggest gladiator, Tower, up against a man with a very big ambition, Chris. Over to you, Mike Whitney.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? Gentlemen, on guard. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know, to me it looks a bit more like David and Goliath, not Chris and Tower. Let's see how Chris goes. Tower's giving him a couple of big ones, and Chris says, I've had enough. I'm off. No points. We've got our camera mounted on the third story of the tower. This is what it looks like from up there. Just a couple of good hits, and it was this one right here that ended it for Chris. He didn't know where he was, but found out he was going to be on the mat.
Well, Chris, a bit scary, isn't it? Look at the height difference.
It says it all.
Is there anything you can do?
No, last time I lasted 28 seconds. This time I think I lasted 2. So it's a total of 30, but not good enough.
Why do you keep coming back?
Well, so far in our first game of the quarterfinals, we've had zip, zip, and zip. Let's see if Steve can break the points drought. Let's welcome him up there as he takes on the might of Vulcan. Let's get into it. Here's Mike.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? Gentlemen, on guard.
Well, Vulcan didn't look too interested there. Let's see if he can get into the game. And he does too with a big hit. He steps on Steve's platform. Steve returns the favour and Vulcan doesn't like it. And Steve and his koala are knocked right off their perch. Oh, did you see Vulcan's face there? He means business tonight, and so he should. It's the quarterfinals, and we've had 4 scores of 0 for the challengers. That's got to improve, guys.
Steve, I saw you trying to intimidate Vulcan. It didn't seem to work.
He's a big boy. Takes a bit more intimidation than that, but I'll catch up with him again later.
Yeah, you were psyching him out there at the beginning.
He gives it, he's going to get it back.
Now, let me just remind you, last time we saw you, you said that Vulcan was just a big kid. Do you remember saying that? Vulcan, did you hear that?
You know what? I heard Steve call me a big kid. I'm going to tell him what. You're going to keep away from my playground, boy.
So a very interesting start to our last quarter-final. The Gladiators aren't giving away anything, especially points.
Mike, you've got to move it or lose it in this next game.
Absolutely, Kimberly, but getting too close to a Gladiator means big trouble. Coming up next, Hang Tough.
Well, you got this far, Leanne, but that's as far as you're about to go.
That's funny, Karen, because I'm planning on going all the way.
G'day, short stuff. How you going, mate?
How you going, Pops? You look like a backseat of a Valiant with all that mat there.
Had your little joke. Your mother did.
Gladiators, quarter-final.
I'm a bit of a jack of all trades. I'm a qualified hairdresser. I've done bar work, I teach aerobics and I do personal training. So it keeps me pretty busy. I love being busy. Well, I love to water ski. I'm a former Australian Open speed ski champion. I've been twice runner-up at the World Titles. Do a lot of running on the beach to keep myself fit, stair climbing, sandhill running and gym work as well. In my spare time, I like to go to the movies. I love to eat and I usually go out dancing to work it off. I'm feeling pretty good about the quarterfinal. I can't wait to get out there. I'm going to give it my best shot.
The suspense may be killing you, but don't worry, because the Gladiators won't keep you hanging on for long.
Hang tough.
60 seconds to get past the attacking Gladiator. 10 points if you make it.
Leanne's first up, and she'll be up against Fury. Over to you, Mike Whitney.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
First game of Hang Tough for the night. Leanne up against Fury, and Fury's starting to get a very healthy reputation up here on the rings. She's brought down a few good challenges. Let's see if she can add Leanne to the books. As Leanne now swinging in towards the middle. Leanne's a hairdresser and fitness instructor from New South Wales. So she'll be trying to cut her way on the rings past Fury and get to the other end. She's got 5 points if she can stay up there. She's up to the red rings. Fury swinging backwards to try and counter Leanne's move. Now Leanne's off the red rings. She's gone back one step, so that's not a good sign. Now she's back up to the middle once more. Fury just swinging around in circles, and Leanne's looking quite good with 17 seconds to go. Fury's got her now. She's got a hold of her costume. Now she's got a hold of her hands. Can she get her to the bottom? Leanne holding on with all her strength. How's this for an effort? Fury slipped off. Leanne has stayed up there. That is fantastic. We don't see that happen too often. The challenger comes out on top. This was a great effort here from Leanne, the strength. Fury had a hold of her. She even had a hold of her clothing. Well, the clothing didn't come off, but Fury did, and Leanne was able to stay up there for 5 points.
Hey, Leanne, what a fight. You still got your clothes on?
Well, I just pulled them back up.
You were hanging on for grim death there.
Well, I came off so easy last time, but I was just going to hang on today. There was no getting me off, no way.
Well, of course, the main thing was get to the other side, you get the 10 points, but of course the 5 points are there if you make it to the red rings and hang on for the full time, which you've done. So you picked up 5 points. That's great.
Happy with 5, thanks.
Slash and blade said the sign, and that's exactly what she's going to do. She's the queen of the rings, and she's got a near-perfect strike rate up here on Hang Tough.
Let's see how our other female challenger, Karen, goes up there in Hang Tough. And trying to stop her, it's Blade. Here's Mike.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Now, Karen's got one of the biggest fan clubs I've ever seen here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre for a Gladiator event, and so she should have. She's from Queensland, so I reckon the crowd will be right behind her. Leanne's from New South Wales. Now, we know what the state of origin rivalry is like in rugby league and union. Well, Gladiators is no different. It's Queensland versus New South Wales in the women's event, but forget that for the moment because Karen has to get past Blade first to try and get those extra points to pass Leanne. Now, Karen was able to get the 10 points against Delta on Hang Tough in the elimination heat. Blade may be a little bit tougher. I think she's going to be. Blade's got her in the hole. Can Blade get her off? Yes, she can. Karen's family can't believe it. Blade can. No points to Karen. And this is how it happens. She got so close to the end. Nearly scored another 10 points. The foot just missing the platform there. Blade seized the opportunity, and this is why we call her the Queen of the Rings, because she does it so well. She's got the challenger, and that's all she has to do.
Karen, what happened last time you managed to stay up against Delta?
Well, I think Blade was just in the right position.
But you were flying through. You had a lot of tactics then, didn't you?
Yes, I was just trying to get side to side and just trying to avoid going in a straight line.
Well, we thought you had her for a minute, but unfortunately she got you right at the last minute. Blade, you've defeated Leanne and Karen now.
Just what I like, yeah, winning.
And I noticed you've got a little bit of a different technique to Fury, but it always seems to work.
Yeah, I thought this time I'd take the challenge and not the costume.
Not the costume.
Good game for Leanne and Hang Tough. 5 points, Karen yet to score, and that's the score after 2 games.
G'day, I'm Steve Smith from Manly. I'm 42 years of age. I'm managing director of a number of companies. I'm married with 4 kids, have been for 20 years, and love it. It's a great institution. Recommend it to anybody. You guys at home, the 4 of yous, this is for you blokes. Let's do it. Okay, my training routine, it's basically kids, anything that they do, and I recommend to any adult that want to stay fit, do whatever your kids do. Well, first of all, there was 3,000 of us, and now I've made the quarterfinals. I'm into the final 8, and guess what? We're there, the beer and me. We're going for it.
Well, so far in Hang Tough, Leanne has picked up 5 points. Let's see how our male challengers go. The first one is Chris. And doing his best to bring him down is Cougar. Let's go.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
So Chris takes off now against Cougar and Hang Tough. Well, they call it Hang Tough, and it really is tough up here on the rings. Now, Chris tells us that his ambition is to act in a movie with Paul Newman. Well, Cougar's no Paul Newman, but we'll soon see if he can put the sting on Chris and bring him down. Chris now up to the 5-point range. Good work. He's got up there nice and quick. Still 36 seconds to go. Cougar went for the grab there. Couldn't get him. Second time, Chris actually got up there with the knees into Cougar's face. I think that may have stunned him a little bit. Now Chris has gone upside down. That's not allowed. And I think Mike Whitney sees it the same way. He tells both guys to drop from the rings. And I'm sure Mike will have something to say about this. Now, this definitely is not allowed. It's a dangerous move. The reason being, if Cougar was to grab Chris now, he would bring him straight down on his head. We don't know what damage could happen to the neck, the head area. That's why it's not allowed. Chris, you will be disqualified. Here's Kimberly with Mike.
Mike, what's happening? That was an illegal move or something?
Yes, the rules state that any move to a position of upside down in the rules, we believe that that's a dangerous move, and Chris has broken the rules. It's a disqualification, so Cougar wins.
Chris, no acrobatics allowed.
I don't know about that, but rules are rules, so you got to abide by them.
Now, you were trying to bring out some of your old gymnastic tricks by the looks of things.
I was trying to do anything to get away from him.
So, Chris was disqualified for an illegal move in Hang Tough. So now we want to see some good, clean competition from Steve and Taipan. Over to you, Mike Whitney.
Challenger, are you ready? Gladiator, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
So away goes Steve now on his Hang Tough quest up against Taipan. He's got that koala tucked into the top of his costume. I know the koala's used to it up here. Is Steve? We're about to find out. Taipan now coming in and closing in. The father of 4 wants to get a move on because Taipan's right there. And it's all over. No points to Steve. Now, Steve was actually holding his forearm there. He was caught with only one hand on a ring. Well, he's already got a sore shoulder, and imagine what it would have felt like to have Taipan dropping 100 kilos onto his body. Doesn't look too good out there. The doctor and physio have gone out to see how Steve is. We can see the taping on his shoulder. We know he's had a previous injury. He looks in a bit of pain, and I think Mike Hammond might be ready to talk to him now. Let's find out how he is. What's the verdict, Mike?
A heavy fall for Steve there. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
It's what, it landed on the elbow or something? Or?
I've been here somewhere.
Right, we'll get some physio onto that for you before the next game. Obviously, the medical team has just checked you out. Yeah. That Taipan really has earned the reputation of king of the rings. Come in, Taipan. Big effort.
Well, Taipan hands Steve the koala, but unfortunately for Steve, he couldn't hand him any points. Chris was disqualified, so after 2 games, the scores are stuck at 0-0.
When is a cage not a cage? When it's a weapon. Coming up, Atlasphere.
Gladiators, quarter-final. Quarter-final.
Hi, my name's Karen. I'm 25 years old. I am a stunt woman and I live on the Gold Coast. Some of my hobbies actually involve abseiling, rock climbing, as well as jet skiing and boating. I end up going rock climbing once a week, abseiling once a week, going out jet skiing as well. I have 2 days where I have to go to acting classes and study. So basically, unfortunately, I have no spare time. Now I'm in the quarterfinals, so here I go.
Imagine a couple of giants playing pool and that you're inside one of the balls. This is
Atlaspheres.
60 seconds to roll your Atlasphere across the floor pods. 2 points for each successful crossing.
Welcome our female challengers, Karen and Leanne. And our gladiators, Flame and Delta.
3, 2, 1.
And away we go with Atlaspheres. A big opportunity for both women to score some extra points as they head in towards the middle. There's the crash, and away they go. Leanne was set off course. Now she'll turn herself around, try and get 2 points. There goes Karen, she'll get over. Did she hit the middle? She did. 2 points on the board to Karen. Leanne, a chance. No, just couldn't get it over the middle. So she'll have to start over again. Delta crashes into Leanne. Flame takes Karen out, but Karen starts once more. There's another 2 points on the board for Karen. 4 points from Atlaspheres. She'll try and get this one, but good work there by Flame to push her into the side. Takes Karen out of it. Now she'll have to restart. Karen's family getting right behind her. So is the crowd as she goes over and just misses out on 2 points there. But in the red, Leanne, she also missed out. That wasn't a good pod for both women as Karen now trying to work her way with only a couple of seconds to go. Great work there in the end by Delta. Pushed Leanne out, and what a good game. Especially for Leanne, she got 4 points. Here's 2 of them, straight over the centre of the pod. That's the way to do it if you want to score. Leanne tried her hardest. This was a big chance for her, but Delta in the end just pushed her away.
Well, this should give you some idea of what it's like inside one of these Atlaspheres. Hey, Karen, 4 points.
Thank you very much, yes.
It's really hard, isn't it? I mean, these things, 220 kilos, it's a lot of stuff to have to move around.
Oh, it is indeed, and get them up those pods on the right angle as well with the gladiators behind you.
And now you've got the family over here too, cheering and waving you on.
Thanks, guys, I really appreciate it.
So Karen's family right behind her, and the State of Origin clash sees New South Wales coming back. Leanne leads by 1 point.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a young 30-year-old. I'm married. I'm involved in 2 businesses, the South Yarra Saloon nightclub and the Underworld gym, and I love to compete. I train about 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. During the summer, on the weekends, I love going water skiing, and during the winter, I love snowboarding. Any other spare time my wife and I put together, we're trying to build our own warehouse. It's quarter-final time. I've had a small taste of victory, and now I'm hungry for more.
So it was rough and tumble for the women, but now let's see how the men go. Steve is in the blue. In the red is Chris. Our gladiators, Hammer and Predator in the black.
The crowd signalling the jungle beat as all the guys now take off in Atlaspheres, crash in the middle, and there go the challengers off towards the pods. Who'll get there first? Dead heat. 2 points each to start off with. Good work. Away goes Chris and Steve now to their next pods. Predator pushes Chris into that one. There's 2 more points. He's now on 4. Steve just struggling a little bit to control his Atlasphere. Just missed out on that pod there. He'll head off towards the bottom. Here comes Hammer. Will he do the damage? He does. Pushes Steve out of line. Chris now goes over for 2 more. That takes him to 6. But Steve has a bit of a run going on down the side. There's 2 points, and he's got a clear run for 2 more if he wants. This will level the scores at 6 apiece. There it is. 10 seconds to go. We've got a little bit of a block up. Predator just shadowing Chris. Hammer pushes Steve into the wall. Chris tries to start again. Will the whistle beat him? Yes, it will. 6 points each. And it's a race for the pod. Who'll get there first, Steve or Chris? Well, it's a dead heat, but it doesn't matter. They both got 2 points. And Predator trying to do the damage, but in the end, Chris came out on top with another 2.
Chris, fantastic effort. You haven't played Atlasphere before. You just scored yourself 6 points.
Thanks very much, Niles Raptor. Actually, I'm glad you're in the cage when they come at you. These guys come at you. It's a bit more protection.
Yeah, you sort of thank your lucky stars that they're behind bars.
Certainly do. That's probably where they belong, actually, some of these guys.
A good game of Atlaspheres moves Chris to 6. Steve joins him at 6 apiece after 3 games.
It's not so much a climbing race as an escape bid. Coming up next, the wall.
Gladiators, quarter-final. Gladiators, quarter-final.
Tonight's winners will take home a Weeder Proform 785 treadmill with a 16-kilometre speed range, an electronic power incline, adjustable suspension deck, 8 preset programs, a heart rate monitor, and valued at $4,000. The Proform 785 will give our challengers a run for their money. Weeder, health and fitness. Runners-up receive 10 nights for 2 at Whitsunday's idyllic Long Island Resort, surrounded by national parks and palm-lined beaches, travelling there courtesy of Greyhound Pioneer to Paradise. Semi-final winners will take home an Optus Freestyle mobile phone package.
Now, time, patience, care. With a gladiator coming after you, you can't afford any of the above. In
Wall.
The challengers take off with a start and the first to the top gets 10 points.
Well, the women are first up the wall and Leanne will be pursued by Fury, while Karen will be keeping out of the clutches of Blade.
3, 2, 1.
And there's the countdown, not from Mike Whitney, from Karen's family. And away go the challengers now. As we said, they've got a bit of a start, 7 seconds to be exact. So here come the Gladiators. Blade's chasing Karen. Fury's going after Leanne. And let's see what happens as the challengers now are about halfway up the wall. Fury's got Leanne by the foot. Hang on, Fury. And you will be able to get her off. Karen's absolutely flying up there on the outside. Blade now has got to her. Will she get her? No, Karen slipped away. Karen may get the 10 points. Fury's still working on Leanne. Karen's over the top, and so is her family. They're ecstatic here at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. The crowd right behind Karen. She's from Queensland, and let's see if the woman from New South Wales can stay there. Fury working away hard. Leanne has got streak that I haven't seen before. She did this in Hang Tough, and I reckon she might do it on the wall. 5 seconds to go. Fury is putting in everything. Leanne just stays there. What a great effort. 5 points to Leanne. Look at the strength shown here by Leanne. Fury wasn't giving up, and neither was Leanne.
Well, here we are, 40 feet up. You've climbed up. That abseiling work has really worked for you, Karen. You got up over the top. You beat Blade, who was just dropped back down to the bottom. 10 points.
Yes! About time. That's great.
Great view from up here. You can see your family and supporters down there in the crowd. I tell you what, though, that first overhang, I saw Blade get a hold of you, and you managed to break a grip, and you got up over the overhang, and from there it was clear sailing.
Yeah, that's right. I just grabbed for those extra rocks and just pushed myself up and just had that strength there just to do so. It happened a couple of times, actually, so she almost got me there.
I'm standing with Leanne, and her first question to me was, did I get any points for that? I can assure you, you just gained yourself 5 points. Should be proud of yourself. How are the hands? Let's have a look.
Yeah, they're pretty sore, but I knew I wasn't any good at rock climbing, but my plan was just to hang on anyway if she caught me. So.
And that you did. Fury, wow, she kept you hanging on there for dear life.
Kimberly,
A challenger like this, with guts and determination, is about the only thing that's going to put a smile on my face. Well done.
So maximum support here for Karen and maximum points on the wall sees her go into the Eliminator with a 2-second lead.
It's time now to see how the guys go. And we've got Chris here being chased up the wall by Commando. And the long-awaited rematch with Steve meeting up again for the first time after the pyramid with Condor.
3, 2, 1.
So away go the challengers. Chris in the blue, Steve in the red. They've got that 7-second lead. Will it be enough to get away? Not for Chris. Chris has fallen down the wall. There's the tag from Commando. It's all over for Chris. And a big opportunity now for Steve to try and get some extra points and go into the Eliminator with a nice lead. Steve now about halfway up the wall. Condor's right there. Steve trying to find an escape route. Can he get away from Condor? No, Condor's got a hold of him. Steve's going to have to show some strength here. He's going to stay up there for 25 seconds, but he could only stay up for 2. You've got to feel sorry for Chris. I've never seen this happen on the wall before. He got a great start and then slipped. Down he went. It's time to surrender, Chris.
Is there a bit of an edginess here?
There's a contest. There was an edginess. His superior skill on this one came out, but it's not over with yet.
Condor?
There's always a contest, but I've got something to say to Steve, that this is not Hey Dad, this is the Gladiators.
Ooh. And we turn to Chris. Chris, obviously very disappointed, right? I mean, something went terribly wrong there.
No excuse, I just slipped. It's actually my favourite event. I loved it in practice, and I ran up it like a flat out there, and I thought I was laughing, but I just slipped. That's all there is to it.
Commando, you obviously found it a bit hard to raise a sweat.
Mate, if these guys are going to keep jumping off, I'm going to be out of a job.
An easy way to earn your money, Commando. Once again, the Gladiators have done their job. No advantage to either challenger going into the Eliminator.
Well, what do you do here? Go for broke and hope to survive, or pace yourself and let the Travelator deal with your opponent?
Yes, Mike, that's the big question coming up in Eliminator.
Gladiators, quarter-final.
The 2 lucky winners of the final will drive away in Hyundai's luxurious flagship, the Sonata Levant. With its 3-litre V6 engine, the Sonata has leather trim, cruise control, electric sunroof, power windows, central locking, ABS brakes and an airbag for added safety. A prize fit for our Gladiator champions.
A semi-final spot is so close, our challengers can almost taste it. But for 2 of them, it'll be the bitter taste of defeat. This is...
Eliminator.
The Travelator's been turned up, and so is the heat on our challengers. This is how Leanne went in her elimination heat. She started 5 seconds behind in the Eliminator, but she powered away and managed to win in a great time of 1:25. Karen completed the Eliminator in a good time also. Once she got to the cargo net, there was no looking back. She finished in a time of 1:32. Good luck to both women.
There was a 7-second difference there, but from that great performance you put up on the wall, you've narrowed that down to only 5 seconds. In this game, that means virtually nothing. You feeling confident?
I am indeed.
How about yourself, Leanne?
I'll just try and have a repeat performance and stay focused. Yep.
That's the way it goes, folks. Out that way. Focus on the hurdles, the first event. All the best. We'll go now to our referee, Mike Whitney.
Karen, you will go on my whistle. Leanne, you will go on John's whistle. Challengers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
So here we go in the women's Eliminator. There's only 2 spots left in the semi-finals, one for the guys and one for 2 of these women. Who's it going to be? Karen starts off with a nice little lead. She's got the crowd support behind her, and let's see if that can take her through. Leanne just behind her now as they come up to the hand ladder. Karen swinging away and getting a little bit stuck, going 2 at a time. Leanne powering on the inside. Great work by Leanne. Now they're neck and neck across the rolling log. And Karen has a little bit of a lead. Leanne slipped over at the end of the rolling log. That could have cost her time, but Karen got stuck in the start of the cargo net. Now they're neck and neck once more. We're in for a close one here, folks. Hang on to the edge of your seat. State of origin competition at its best. New South Wales versus Queensland. And the Queenslander has the lead. Karen now goes onto the zip line. Down she goes. Good drop there from Karen. Balance beam and travelator left for her. And here comes Leanne. Karen onto the balance beam. She'll take it nice and easy. Good drop for Leanne. She's not too far behind. Karen now picking up the pace. Up the travelator she goes. Will she make it? Yep, she's up there. And Karen goes through to the semi-finals. You little beauty, says the crowd. Her family's happy. Leanne, hold your head up high. What a great challenger you've been. You made it to the quarterfinals, and that's fantastic. The whole of Queensland is ecstatic. So is Karen's family. Let's now go to Mike Hammond.
Hey, Karen.
Oh, wow.
You had a 2-second start. I tell you what, I thought on the hand ladder there that Leanne had you, but somehow you jumped right across.
As soon as I saw her beside me, I just took bigger steps and just tried to get myself up there.
The cargo net too, there's a climbing advantage there. You were great on that cargo net.
Oh, that's great.
The travelator, did you see the look of intensity on Karen's face as she was running up the travelator? Because last time that really caused you some problems.
Well, I just wanted to get up there as soon as I saw it. I just had to run it as hard as I could.
Congratulations, you've made it through to the semi-finals. There's the crowd there that you brought along with you. Leanne, a great effort. The cargo net was the thing that really slowed you down.
Yeah, it did actually. But all credit to Karen because she flew and it was great. So she's a great competitor.
Well done, well done. Let's hear it for our challengers. And congratulations to Karen through to the semi-finals. It's time now to see who survives between our 2 male quarterfinalists.
Well, let's check their history, Mike. Chris set the standard for the elimination heats. He posted a fantastic time, started with a 1.5-second lead and went through in under 1:03. Steve's elimination heat was a lot closer. He started with a 2.5-second lead. It was neck and neck off the beam, but then Steve just powered away to snatch victory in 1:15.
So you've got the aggression happening?
It's pumped.
Well, that's what it's all about. Steve, good luck to you. Do you want me to take your mascot?
Have that again.
Fantastic. See you at the end, guys. Good luck.
Steve and Chris, you will both go on my whistle. Challengers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
So both challengers starting on Mike's whistle. And this isn't bad because we'll get to see who really deserves to go through to the semis. Who's going to be the quickest? Only time will tell. As they go up the rope climb, still neck and neck, nothing in this onto the hand bikes. Powering away. Now remember, Chris was good at this in the elimination heat. Steve's just fighting a little bit of trouble there. Chris now powers away across the rolling log. He's up to the cargo net. Here comes Steve, still just behind him. There's only a couple of seconds in it. Chris from Victoria, Steve from New South Wales. Tell me those 2 states don't have a lot of rivalry either. You bet they do. And Chris is doing his state proud. Down he goes, the zip line. A good drop. Oh, nearly hurt his ankle there. Fell on his feet. Here comes Steve down the zip line. Can he pick up a few precious seconds? Oh, boy. Steve's a bit anxious. Chris now comes off the balance beam. He'll have to power up the travelator. And the boy from Richmond, Melbourne, goes through to the semi-finals. And Steve now trying his hardest to get up there also. He makes it, the father of 4. What a great effort from him, 42 years old. But here's Kimberly with our winner.
That's fantastic. How unreal. Come over here, Steve. Fabulous effort. It was neck and neck all the way, but you had him. You had it down pat, didn't you?
Yeah, I like the Eliminator. It's good fun.
Small guys go all right.
I don't think you floundered at any time except for the cargo net, just a touch.
It's very tough, that thing. It's actually a little bit loose now, so it's hard to get up.
Could you hear him gaining on you?
Oh, yes. When you're on the net, you can feel him when he gets on it behind you.
Sure.
Then you know you got to go.
Steve, did you think you were going to catch him?
Well, there was a chance there for a while.
You never gave up?
No, I never give up. He's a fine competitor.
Well, you made it up the Travelator. Some of our competitors have had trouble on the Travelator, but you guys just powered right on through it.
Yeah, as long as you keep your legs pumping, it's all right.
Okay, well, I've got good news for you. You just go through to the semi-finals, just like Fernanda. Now, let me tell you, that was your aim for the night, wasn't it?
That's tonight's aim. One more to go. Two more to go.
Fantastic. Well, we'll see you in the semi-finals. Thank you for being such a fine competitor, Steve.
Well, it's at this point that we say goodbye to Steve and Leanne, but to our winners, Karen and Chris, it's on to the semi-finals.
And the competition gets tougher every week. We'll see you next week on Gladiators.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thinking of something to buy the kids for Christmas? What about the Gladiator Fan Club? Send a $20 cheque or money order to PO Box 710 Spit Junction, Sydney, New South Wales 2088.